Welcome to day 6 of gratitude exercise. We have been seeing the benefits of practicing gratitude exercise with the scriptural evidence, and we are continuously seeing many testimonies flowing, and I'm very confident that in the coming days it's going to really increase. As we prepare our heart, as we let go of all the unwanted emotions that are blocking our blessings. Um, it's going to be awesome doing this gratitude exercise. We have been taking different angles, different perspectives of or different perspectives of doing gratitude, as well as different ways of looking at having gratitude, right? So, uh, we've been talking about people thinking, and I think yesterday I had asked you guys to send a few phrases day before yesterday. Few phrases like "Thank you," "I'm sorry," "Please forgive me," and "I love you," and all these phrases. I encourage you guys to send it, and many of you have already started practicing it with your family. And very soon they will start wondering who is this new person in the house. Okay, just kidding. So that's the kind of transformation that will happen. Many times it's very easy for us to sort of being grateful. We have gone very deep to see, to apply the emotions of, if people have not helped, where we would have been and how gracious we need to be. Um, for all the good experiences. Okay, but today we are going to take a look at a little different perspective today. It will be We find it very easy, if somebody has helped us financially, got a job, or listened to us, prayed for us, advised us, shared the word. It's very easy for us to be grateful for people, who have helped and blessed us. But what if we go a little deeper, and we could even think of people who has taught us lessons? Okay. um, the opposing force. Okay, each one of us have our different personalities, and we each one of us have different areas which need to mature, different aspects of life, in different aspects of life, like in our relationship, in maturing in the word, in our personal interactions. We need to mature. So the adversary comes in as a opposing force to help us mature, or uh, like to teach a lesson for us. Okay, so there are two ways to respond to it when we experience opposition, or people talk behind us, or betray us, or being ungrateful, disloyal to us, and turn against us, um, talk about us and all that. It can really be painful and hurtful. Okay, but at the same time, maybe in our life, maybe some people have taken money, and they have taken borrowed money, but they never return. Some of us might have followed up, some might not have followed up, and some people might have sold a cheaper product for a very high price, or somebody would have sort of managed to, push us to buy something, push us to take some decision, push us to be biased with something for which we don't have clarity. Okay, many things we would have become the lab rat, or they would have been the experiment for somebody's desire, somebody's control to be exercised. Okay, so today I want to let's say the things that have happened in our life. For the good things, definitely we can go and write a full. page of several pages of people who are in our throughout our life who have helped us, but at the same time we never write about the things that have really taken us to the next level or helped us to mature. We know if we don't process this, then we will definitely have some vacuum or some sort of offense in our heart. Okay, I'm not justifying having said that. I myself have gone through so many different things uh, of people not being loyal. People have taken me for granted, pushed a lot of things, played victim, had entitlement to my time, and like many times, just because you're a leader, people dictate terms to us and expect certain, you come up with some certain framework, and then you're supposed to fit into their framework. Okay, without even understanding that we are also human being and we do have several things to juggle around. Similar thing you might have gone through. Okay, not necessary to be a minister, but from your friend circle maybe, or from your extended family. uh, you know People might have taken, definitely people might have taken advantage. Okay, or maybe let's just talk about one example today. If, for example, in during the COVID time, all of us have bought bundles of masks, and we still have the sanitizer, which things were running out, so we had bought bottles of sanitizer. We still use it. Many times, there was media news that things are running out, or we had bought bundles of masks. We still have 20-25 masks at home. um, Now I could, and there are a lot of things that in our house, if in your room, in your home, if you see, there are so many things that you are using day to day, but there are also things that are not being used. One such example is um, a mask. Okay, and if I have to sort of see my stationery right in front, I love to have a lot of stationery around me. um, how do I process? I can say, yeah, definitely during the time of COVID, I bought a lot of masks. I just wanted to protect myself, my family. And but the COVID got over. I still have that, I can get guilty. Oh my goodness, I would have wasted some $50 or maybe $100 in this. I would have got I can get into a mode of um, guilt, or self-condemnation, or I could also process it this way that, okay, I bought this and still in future also I can use it. Maybe, when I visit hospital, when I'm not well, I have a go in public. At that point in time when I bought, somebody got benefited. God has blessed someone with my hand. Even this is a genuine purchase. But sometimes I remember when we had to buy a machine, which is like nearly 4 lakhs. Someone was really pushing us, like literally month after month, constantly following. And the way it has been presented is just not, it's not true. Okay. And at that point in time, I was very desperate. Um, to improve my health and stuff. I was in a very bad shape. So that seemed to be a hope at that point in time. So we bought it. Okay. We kept some money for something and we bought it. But later we know that that person is blessed. And we had to remind ourselves that in Romans 8:28, which says, and we know in all things God works for the good of those who love him. We love God, and those who have been called according to his purpose, right? Certainly. um like that, if somebody had borrowed money from you, I'm just giving you an example. Okay. uh, then I would, and they have not returned. Okay, or maybe they have returned very little of it, and you are very, it's your, you have all the right to say that it's my hard-earned money. How is it people are not giving? I'm not saying people can take you for granted, but um, I would now at this point in time, I can process it two ways. One is that I can let go, okay, and perhaps I would think that nothing goes out of my hand without that thing passing it through the hands of the Lord. Okay, even if some sudden decisions are taken about your finances or your some sort of titles or some role you're playing in your office, and some things are coming, some layoff coming, or maybe the promotion coming, either way. Um, I would all recently we had to take a decisions, and then I was telling Sam, like we were very going back and forth about it. Then I said, without the God's will, this is not going to happen in our life because I've completely surrendered it. And every time we remember and we in our conscience we are taking good decisions. So without God's will, nothing can happen in my life. So I have no regrets about it. Okay. So I wouldn't say that, the money that I have kept for Jason's college fees, and I would take it and give it to somebody without being wise, and then say, it is all working together for good and it is God's will. I have to apply my wisdom also. But let's say I don't have that sort of discernment and wisdom. I've given it, it's not come back, and I do have need. What I would do is that, yeah, okay, God, I do need it. That person probably needed much more than my needs, and but I'm coming to you for justice. Okay, punishing that person and having offense in our heart, blocking them, not talking to them. Um, it's not going to take us anywhere. It's like punishing. Many times we think that we are punishing others, but we land up punishing ourselves. Okay. So unforgiveness is like keeping yourself behind a jail. You go behind behind the bars, and then you put a lock on yourself. Okay. That's the way I would process it. Okay. So uh, like Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 42, give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. Okay. So mm, you really can let go and ask God for justice. Many times I have taken many sessions on ledger of righteousness, many entries we have put. God has restored us in so many different ways. Okay. So what happens, why we should do it, and how these kind of processing is going to help us have gratitude in a bigger magnitude. Not alone that, it's also going to take us from one state of being victimized to another state, a better state of um, being having trust in God, and asking God for justice. And maybe at that point in time, God had given to you some resources, and out of that generosity, you had chosen to give. That point in time, what looked really good according to your conscience, your maturity, your faith level, in that situation you had taken some decisions. Never go back and beat yourself and brood over and cry over the situation and get into victimize. Why me, Lord? Why always people cheat me? Why do this? Why do that happen? And all those things. Let's not get to there. Okay. If you, at that point in time, whatever wisdom you had, you've done something with a good intention, right? So God will reward you for that intention. You have Him on your side. Go to Him and ask Him for justice. All right. So gratitude, practicing gratitude, I'm not telling you deny the pain. I'm not saying what people have done is right. But at the same time, I'm talking about you, how you can process it. Okay. It transforms the perspective. It takes you away from being victimized. Many times I really um, uh, I really cannot, my tolerance level is very little bit lesser for people who talk victimize, who behave victimize, completely withdrawn themselves away from the community. That's not how we should be. Okay. In my case, when I'm hit the most, when the most trouble comes, I am most painful, I go to God and I deal with Him. I cry, I speak to him, take myself some time away and spend with him, cry whatever, journal, do something, and then give myself the grace to go through the pain and then overcome by processing it right. Okay, so that's that's another way of processing it. Many times, some of you, I deal with many people who really come and say, no, my parents have forced me to do this one. Because of my parents, I studied this, I have taken this art. Because of that, I've taken engineering, MBBS, whatever. And then there's a lot of regrets, okay? But ultimately, your parents really want you to have the good life. Don't you think so? But at the same time, not everybody is matured. None of us have gone through parenting training or parenting practical classes. For sure, the intention must have been good, right? So, uh, so many times our perspective and other people's perspective doesn't match, because our value system is different, everything is different. That's why different tongues of fire, that's why every part of the body is so different, functions so different. Body of Christ is so unique, each one is special in their own way, functions so differently, very unique. Okay, so many times if our expectations don't meet, then we can try, and you can't let that relationship go. You can try and see if you can meet midway, possible, or just have a nice understanding and part, and don't have any oh no, this person, I really hoped that this person will be my future husband, future wife. I invested so many years on this person. My goodness, such a betrayer. I don't know why I became a victim. All right, at that point in time, whatever had to happen, happened. Now, what can you do? You can't go and change the past, but you can always move forward. Thanking God. Okay, for a while, you had some friendship, and then let's just, bless and move. That's it. Some people, many times, some people don't have the courage to be very bold. Many times, people don't have mm, the communication skill to express it. Many times, people don't. The self comes first. They can never think of others. So many decisions are taken in this way, and that's why we go through what we go through. All right. So what I'm talking about is more like critical thinking, but definitely it does a lot of good to our own heart, and then we keep our heart malleable so that we don't get stuck in the same position. We move forward. All right. So having said that, did everybody understand? Any questions before we move on to the meditation? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's enter into meditation. When you are in the void, let's see if God is revealing some things that you need to let go of. It could be a resource, it could be somebody that you need to let go. Uh, don't try to think so hard, but just stay in the void, observe the thoughts, and see something suddenly comes up and that you never thought of. It's like a sudden revelation, then it's from God. and go deeper and just continue the conversation with God. Okay. So I'm putting 11 minutes. Let's do reverse breathing maybe 10-15 times and then enter the void.